Hey darlings, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vuyelwa. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate your continued support. Now, as you can tell by the title, sorry about that. As you can tell by the title, I am basically going to be telling you guys about my experience shopping on the Amazon platform. Now, as some of you may know, I have actually worked at Amazon. I actually kind of worked in every department, just about every department at Amazon. So when I made this purchase, I kind of had a bit of insider information, and I have a friend who still works there. So before I made this purchase, I made sure to just ask her a few questions. So if you know somebody who works at Amazon, good for you. But if you don't, this video will be good for you. Before I go into my personal experience, I think it's very important to note that it's very important to do your research before you shop on any online platform. First of all, it's 2022. You never know what anybody out there is trying to do. Okay? No shade, no tea, just facts. So it's really important to do your research, comparing prices, seeing what other people's experiences have been on said platform, checking out reviews, not only for platforms, but for the products themselves. Now, what I purchased on the Amazon platform was mainly the camera that I'm using right now. It's the Canon EOS 80D, and I purchased that with a tripod on the side. I didn't know that it was actually going to come with a tripod, but as call up. Before I made my purchase, I watched this other video of this other young lady. I watched two videos actually, a gentleman and a young lady. I will see if I can find their videos and I'll link them down below. It is so important to compare prices. I compared prices with Takealot, Amazon, as well as Orm. I think that's how you pronounce it. Orm or Ohm. It's a camera retailer here in Cape Town. I don't know if they're based anywhere else. And then I also compared it to GameStop. And overall, I found that on Amazon, the amount that I paid for the bundle was only 1,000 Rand more than what I would pay in South Africa for just the body. So like just the camera alone was about, the discounted price, it was on sale at the time, was about 14,000 Rands. Whereas this whole bundle, where I got like, it's definitely over 10 items, I got these for just over 15K. Whereas if I purchased it in South Africa, I would have paid 14,000 Rands, but since I purchased it from Amazon and I waited just a little bit longer, I paid just over 15K and I got so much more. So that was the deal breaker for me. That was the one thing that made me be like, okay, cool. So first things first, what I did was I downloaded the app. Now, it's 2022. If a website or a digital platform or an online service as big as Amazon doesn't have an app, so I downloaded the app. First thing that I did when I downloaded the app is I changed the currency from dollars, which is their default setting because, I mean, it is an American company, to South African Rands, the ZAR option. That for me just made things very simple. You don't have to like spend time converting currencies. Everything is in Rands. So even when you proceed to checkout and they calculate your customs for you, everything is in Rands. Pretty straightforward. You know exactly how much is coming out of your account. Sometimes what happens when you do conversions is, I don't really know if it's because at the point in time when you're doing the conversion, it's different from the point in time when the payment is actually processed, and therefore there's a price difference. But I usually find that there's a discrepancy. I don't exactly know what that's about, but yeah, it's way simpler if you just change the currency to Rands. The app is also like really simple to use. It's extremely user friendly, which I really love. And the great thing is that when you search a specific product, it'll automatically show you similar products from similar vendors or other vendors. So like you can easily compare prices. So now I'm going to walk you through how it is that I made my purchase. So I went onto the app. I already knew exactly what I was getting because I saw this camera on Aaliyah's face. Now Aaliyah is an American content creator. She focuses mainly on beauty and lifestyle and a bit of fashion. And I really like her camera quality, really enjoy her video content, and she has a storefront on Amazon. So when I went onto her storefront, which is kind of like It's basically like curating a person. Like I would curate my favorite items on Amazon and put it on my Amazon profile for everyone to see, so that when you see me using something, I don't know why it's not really available to South Africans. But basically how it's convenient is that when you see an influencer or a content creator or anybody really using an item and you feel like, oh, I would like that, and they've put it on their storefront, you don't have to like ask them a million times. It's highlighted on their storefront, so you can just go onto their storefront, browse the different categories of items that they have, and you can just buy what it is that they use. So I went onto her storefront. Sure enough, I saw the same camera package that she purchased as well as the tripod that she purchased, and I was like, great, Bob's your uncle. Put everything in my cart. I saw how much it was gonna be. Now, another great thing about Amazon is that it pre-calculates the customs for you. So unlike with normal international retailers where you have to first make the purchase and then once it gets to the borders, I guess, only then do they calculate your customs. With Amazon, they calculate your customs right then and there at checkout. And if it happens that you have to pay a bit more for customs, they'll let you know. If it happens that you have actually overpaid for customs, they'll give you a refund either into your wallet or into your bank account. That for me was like also chef's kiss. Now I must mention, if you're going to be purchasing from Amazon, even from back when I worked at Amazon, it was most preferable or like recommended that you order items that are fulfilled by Amazon. And on the point of being fulfilled by Amazon, everything is shipped by Amazon. So it may be sold by a third-party vendor, but it's shipped by Amazon. So that might make matters easier for you if anything were to go wrong, God forbid. Whereas with third parties, it might be a struggle. I feel like having worked at Amazon and also having had people who still work at Amazon that I know who basically still attest to the fact that the process is more or less the same, if not better now, it's much easier for you to claim for your items if they do get lost or if anything happens really. The chances of your money going down the drain, to put it bluntly, are slim to none. So I would 100% recommend that, just preferably shipped or fulfilled by Amazon. So I'm just gonna have a look at my app. So I'm gonna insert little clips of the items that I got. The tripod is what I'm using right now, as well as the camera. It's exactly what I'm using right now. I've been using these for a couple of months now, and that's also why I waited to do this video, because I wanted to give an honest and like good review of not just the items and my buying journey and my experience with Amazon, but also the items. So the tripod that I purchased was it's a 69-inch patented 3-way swivel portable phone holder. Cha! Why is this name so long? No ways, this is way too long. Okay. So the name that's on the description is camera tripod 69-inch patented 3-way swivel portable iPhone tripod, professional aluminum alloy travel phone camera stand monopod for Canon, Nikon, GoPro, DSLR, DV video camcorder, smartphone. Wow. So anyway, that is the tripod that I purchased. I purchased this together with the bundle of the camera. The specific one that I purchased is no longer available, but it's basically the Canon EOS 80D digital SLR camera body, and it came with literally everything that you would need as a beginner to use, and then some. Okay. Now, I placed my purchase on the 23rd of May, 2021. My order total was $1,366.41. I'll put the rand value somewhere here because it's giving me the dollar value now. So my items came up to $1,034.94. Shipping and handling was $57.29. My customs, so import fees, deposit was $274.18, which is about, okay, no, I'll put everything here because I don't know that off the top of my head. For everything, I paid 1.3K dollars. Let's round it off to 1.4. So 1.4K dollars. Okay? All I know is that everything that I purchased was less than 20K. I think it was just over 18K that I purchased, which I was a bit nervous about. I won't lie. That is a lot of money. You know, if anything were to happen, you know, things getting lost in transit, I don't know, my things getting stolen at the customs office, or girl, I don't know. A lot of things happen. Okay, this is South Africa, so no offense, but So I was shipping to my former address in Observatory. So I placed the order on the 23rd of May 2021 and I received everything. Oh, and I want to say another thing that I did before I placed the order was I put on my Instagram story for people to give me suggestions on which camera to buy. Now, I already knew that I wanted the 80D most likely because I really like Aaliyah's content and I like what it looks like. Other than Aaliyah though, I also saw like Shalom Black uses it and a couple of other content creators whose content looks really crisp. And I got advice when I put it on my Instagram asking people which camera they think I should buy and like who has some like intel about what camera I should get. A lot of people said like, for the most part, it's not really that imperative what camera you get. What matters most is also the lens. So you could get like a really mid-level camera, but get and invest in a dope lens. So that's another thing that encouraged me. Whereas with what I got, child, I was beyond happy with what I got. Okay, so I'm really struggling to track down like when exactly I got my camera, but it was between the 1st and 2nd of June. So I placed the order on the 23rd of May, 2021. I received it on the 2nd, let's say the 2nd of June. Now that's basically that's literally a week and 2 days. So I waited just over a week for my goods, which I feel is exceptional considering the fact that I didn't pay for expedited shipping. I didn't pay any extra costs other than customs to like speed up my shipping or anything like that. So I really was happy about that. I honestly wasn't expecting it when I received it. So absolutely chef's kiss. So that's basically how I went about purchasing my camera and my tripod. Basically how long it took, how the customs process works, which I feel is really streamlined. I feel like they're ahead of their time with that. And in fact, other brands need to catch up with that. So now I'm going to show you what it is exactly that I got and how it was packaged and the gazillion things that were inside the package, the bundle, some of which I haven't even figured out how to use. Okay, so essentially everything that came with the camera came in this box over here. This is the cap that covers the lens when I'm not using it. I guess it's to prevent like dirt and stuff, as well as to protect the actual lens, like the front of the lens here. It came with this bag. So this bag, I put everything in here. I put the camera in here, as well as the components of the camera that I actually use. Everything else I store in this laptop bag. It also came with a battery, which is currently in the camera, as well as this charger. So this is the single charger that it came with. It did not come with a cable for the actual charger. Thankfully, one of my laptop chargers could fit in here, but that was, I think, it was a bit of a downer because I panicked for a sec before I realized that my laptop charger is compatible. And then it also came with these caps. These are also for the camera. This is for the back of the lens. This is for the inner side where the lens goes into the camera. This is to cover that, where the mirror is essentially. This is the flash that comes with the camera. I have not actually been able to use this as yet because the camera also comes with its own flash and it's quite a good flash. But whenever I try to use this flash, it like just tells me that it's not compatible. So I don't really know what's up with that, but yeah, it came with it. Next, it came with this tripod. I had no idea that it came with the tripod, so I got the tripod that I'm using right now. But yeah, it came with this tripod as well. I was quite happy though that I had got a separate tripod because although this tripod is great, I do find it a bit flimsy. I think it would be suitable for like a cell phone or a more lightweight camera. This camera, the Canon EOS 80D, is heavy. It's heavy, so I don't really use this tripod yet, but I imagine, you know, if I start filming with a lighter camera or with my cell phone, then I'm probably gonna use it. Then it came with two of these lenses. I don't know what these lenses are for. This is it says wide angle. This is telephoto. This is what they look like. I have not used them, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't know how to use them. I don't know what they're for. And then on the back, that's what they look like. So there's two of them. This is the wide angle one. It says right there, wide angle. So I presume this one is the telephoto. It says telephoto right there, so I presume that's that. But they look, to me, exactly the same. I haven't like given them any closer inspection or anything, so I don't know if they have any differences. So I keep these in their pouches like all the time. This is the carry bag for the other tripod. came with that as well. These are the boxes for the 2 other lenses. And then it came with a user manual. Next, it came with these filters, a filter kit. I have not used these as yet. As you can see, they're still sealed. But it essentially comes with, that looks like a white filter, a purple filter, and a black filter. So UV, CPL, and FLD. I don't know what that means, but it came with these filters. So it also came with this 64 gigabyte SD card, which I was quite impressed with. 64 gigabytes is a decent storage amount, although I got myself an SD card with double that amount, double that storage capacity. It also came with an adapter for the SD card. I tried using this a couple of times. It didn't work. I don't know if I was using it wrong, but I haven't used it because of that reason. This is what the lens looks like. It's a Canon lens. Came with the camera. It is an 18 to 55 millimeter camera. I'm not going to act like I know what that means. This is everything that's on it. Typical camera. It has the cover that I showed you guys earlier, as well as another back camera cover to cover the back part. Let me just open it. This is the side that clips onto the camera. It says Canon Inc. made in Malaysia. And this is the side that faces me when I film. This is my camera. Canon EOS 80D. That's what it looks like at the back. That's what it looks like at the top. So I usually film in P mode. I don't know what that means, but this is when I usually get my best quality. There have been a couple of times when I have, I don't know how, switched the mode to something different, and then the quality is just like whack. And then I only realized after filming that I changed the filming mode. This is the screen, and this is the screen when it's on. Menu? Oh, there we go. And this is what the tripod looks like. So it gets pretty tall, taller than me. And then you can pull it up. Oh, and then you can pull it up some more. See, it gets pretty tall. It's almost as tall as me. And then it has like these cool features where you can take this out. Oh, there we go. And then you can actually fit your phone there. Here. There we go. And then you can put your phone there and film with your phone instead. Then you can put that back down, put that back in. Wow. Oh, there we go. There we go. A lot of stuff I've just learned along the way. And then here you can flip that when you want to rotate the camera, and you can twist this when you want to rotate that. And this also comes off. It's a pretty decent tripod, if you ask me. It's a pretty decent tripod. It's not actually the one that I wanted to get. I realized only like way after purchasing this tripod that the one that I actually wanted to get is a completely different tripod, but it's fine. This one works just fine. So overall, I would 100% recommend purchasing on Amazon. Just make sure that you do your due diligence, compare prices, even with local retailers. Make sure that you check your reviews of the products themselves, of the vendors, of everything. Make sure that if you're going to be spending money, especially internationally, it may be a little bit tricky to do like returns and exchanges and stuff. So just make sure that as far as possible, you can do it once and do it right. Lastly, with a little bit of good, there's gotta be a little bit of bad. The only thing that I didn't really like was that So what I was saying is, the only thing that I didn't really like was that with everything that it came with, all the cables, all the blah, 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 all the plugs and everything, it did not come with the cable that connects the camera to a laptop. However, that I think is overcome by the fact that the camera has a built-in Wi-Fi function, so it can like wirelessly connect to your laptop, it can wirelessly connect to your phone. However, I feel like with larger files, it does tend to take a while, whereas with the cable, literally with big files, small files, it's pretty streamless and it's much quicker. Another tip is that it also helps to, as soon as possible, get extra batteries. Shortly after getting my camera, as soon as I could, I got myself 2 extra batteries from Takealot. I will link them down below, and they also came with a charger. So it does come with a charger, but because I got 2 extra batteries, the charger that has 1 charging port wasn't really practical. It helps to be able to charge 2 batteries at once as opposed to charging 1 at a time when you've got 3 batteries. Other than that, having this camera has really been an absolute joy. It has taken my content quality level, like it's taken it completely up a notch. And unfortunately, now that I have the camera, there was a time when my camera broke. The camera fell and the lens clips broke. It literally broke off the camera. And I couldn't make content because I was just like, will I compromise my quality? No. I kwazeki, guys. So invest in a camera at your own risk, because it comes with a certain level of, you know, that's it's not 100% user-friendly, I must say, but everything that I didn't know about the camera, I mean, if you're not a camera guru or you're not somebody who grew up around like cameras a lot, you're probably going to need to look up a few things. But literally everything that I needed to know about the camera, I was able to find on YouTube. Literally everything. In terms of the tripod that I purchased, I'm also really happy about that. I actually didn't expect it to come with the clip-ins, the clips. I didn't expect it to work the way it works, but it works. The way that it works perfectly for me. I love that it comes with a lever as well that tells you when it's like, you know, balanced and when it's not unbalanced. It's pretty easy to use, and I don't know, I really like that they work together, even though I eventually realized that the camera also came with a tripod. I do feel like this tripod that I got separately is way more sturdy and stronger than the other tripod, although it helps to have 2, right? So that brings us to the end of this video, darlings. That basically wraps up my thoughts and my experience purchasing on the Amazon platform from South Africa, as well as some tips and my overall review of my purchasing journey, as well as my review of the items that I purchased and received in the bundle that I purchased. I said purchased a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what you'd like to see next. I appreciate you all so much for watching up until this point, and I will see you in my next upload.
Lo mntwana ebefuna i-love back, i-back love, ebefuna i-bed hug, ebefuna i-bear hug, ebefuna i-back hug, ebefuna i-best love, ebefuna 20 litha yejagi, izinto ezimnandi.